Guys, for those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in supporting me on my Patreon page, you can go to this link, and it is there that you can find all of my social medias. You can also find my PayPal link to book a private reading. You can also utilize that link to follow my YouTube channel or join my private Facebook group. All of that sort of stuff is available to you there. So utilize that link that's there on the screen, in the bottom of the screen, and that will show you where I'm at and how to get in touch with me and all of that sort of stuff. Now, this is the broad spectrum reading for the month, the Tarotscope reading for the sign of Libra for the month of April of 2021. This is for anybody with sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Libra or heavily placed planets in Libra. I would consider 3 or more planets in Libra. I would consider that heavily placed. So if you have that, you may want to watch this to see what type of a month you might have or what you might be experiencing. I do speak in broad terms during these, so there are things that may make sense. There might be things that might not apply to you. That's completely fine. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong or anything like that. It just might mean that your planets may be in different houses or different degrees. There's many factors that can sort of change this. So you have to kind of decide what I say, where it fits in your life and how it would best fit, and then choose to utilize it accordingly, right? Any decisions you make after having watched any of my videos, you should always use your own highest intelligence and intuition when you're making those decisions. Those decisions are 100% your responsibility. Keeping that in mind, never take anything that I say over that of a professional in their field, like a doctor or lawyer or therapist. Always listen to them first and foremost. And then the rest is up for grabs. Take what you need and leave the rest. So let's see what's going on with my Libras in April. I believe actually the 28th of March, we have a full moon in Libra, you guys, just so you know. So that's kind of cool. Talk about a full moon, like letting go of things and trying to maintain balance. All right, let's see what the Libras. Oh, this is the signifier card I forgot to mention. This is from the Spirit Messages deck by John Holland. I just sort of thought that would be nice with the air signs. So we have ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. I love that. Wow, that really describes me, to be honest, being distracted, unfocused, tired, and irritated. All right, well, I'm not even a Libra, and I'm gonna practice some of that. Let's just say that. I love this. I love that the tree grows at her back, right? It's something maybe that we've not necessarily seen or we've turned our back on, but it can become a part of us again. I love the deep roots that the tree has, the connection to nature, and that idea of grounding and setting our roots into place and making that a part of us, right? I love how this tree is taken root at her back, right? So it becomes like a part of the central component of who we are in this month. Those white birds would indicate sort of spirit flying about, our guides, our angels, whatever sort of guiding us, helping us, assisting us to get that grounded feeling that we need. That full moon in Libra may also be the very thing that we need to sort of release any sort of irritation, tension, unfocused, energy, that sort of stuff. We might, want to cash in on that moon and start to set about this grounded energy. Let's see what the cards have to say for my Libras. I will say this too. I love the green color of the border of this card. Green always indicates the 4th chakra and that of healing. So, healing the heart and grounding ourselves in our feelings and in our emotions is always going to be a healing and nice thing. Now, this center card is where you guys are centered at for the month of April. It's not necessarily that you're going to be this card the entire month, but you'll be in and out of this card throughout the month. It gives me insight and indication into what, not only where you're centered at, but what you could potentially be creating for the future. So let's see what that is. Interesting. Only like 3 cards came off in the cut. Okay, I'll take it, Libra. So here is your center card. It is the 10 of Wands. I'll take that too. The 10 of Wands would be your sort of complementary element of fire, 10s being completions or ends of cycles. The Ten of Wands always indicates letting go of a burden, something that maybe we've been carrying around with us, that we're sort of near the end. We've reached the end. April could be the end for us, or close to the end. We could see the finish line in sight. If we've been working hard at something that we desire, or something that we wish would be different, and we wish it at a very deep, profound level, this could be the month where our focus is on the ending of that. And I mean, this could be either a good ending or a bad ending. It doesn't have to be. To me, it's more about the closing of the chapter than whether or not it's good-natured or bad-natured. Does that make sense? I mean, we might see more in the cards, but right now, if there's been something you've been working towards, let's say for the last few months, April could be the sort of finish line. This being that central, your center card, you can see in the distance being able to let go of whatever this could be, right? And this could be either something heavy that letting it go would offer you more freedom and lightness, or it could be something that, you know, you're getting close to achieving so that you can move on to the next step. Does that make sense? So this could go either way. It doesn't necessarily have to have a bad meaning. It is your complementary energy of fire. So that's a good thing for my Libras. This idea of staying grounded also will help to carry you to this finish line that much quicker, with that much sort of more, you know, skill and awareness about you as you move through this completion cycle that you're kind of focused towards or looking towards. Now let's look at the foundation card. This is the card that's below you. It gives me insight into what was going on in the past that opened the door for everything to be the way that it is today. So basically all of these cards are built on this card. This card from the past can sometimes also be what's driving everything in the now, or sort of the memory of this card can be what's holding everything in place, if that makes sense. So that's why we look at this card. So this is the Two of Pentacles. So this is earth energy. The Two of Pentacles indicates trying to maintain balance, which would be in Libra's wheelhouse, or something that would be very important to Libra, being represented by the scales. To me, this could be like, because it's Pentacles, this could be stuff to do with money and career and things feeling a little bit maybe meager or not enough. Feeling challenged in those areas and feeling like we've been working hard to maybe rectify those things. If my Libras have been feeling like a little bit skint, we don't have enough money, the career is not necessarily as stable as you would like, that kind of a thing, that would indicate this sort of card being the foundation. I do think that we're getting to a place with that Ten of Wands where we're going to be free of this, whatever this issue is, but the issue still sort of lingers in the background, right? This idea of kind of keeping everything sort of in balance. The thing with the Two of Pentacles is there's always those waves behind the cat that's happening, which says even though he's maintaining the balance as best he can, it's sort of a rocky ride. And that Ten of Wands can also indicate sort of the letting go of a burden. So when we're talking about this idea of grounding yourself throughout the month of April, we might be releasing some things with that full Libra moon, right? We might be very much affected by that full moon in Libra. And we might find ourselves having to let go of some of the things, the insecurities, financial, career insecurities, things like that, that might be coming to the surface from the past. That's this Two of Pentacles. And ideally, hopefully, we're letting go of them and we're stepping away from them, right? With this Ten of Wands. It might take the totality of April to do so, but there is a shift or a change that's happening, and I do believe it will be a change for the better. For some of you, I will say this, with this Ground Yourself card, it might feel a little scary, right? Because we're looking at finances or the balancing of sort of our material world down there in that Two of Pentacles. And with that Ten of Wands, we might be a little bit tired, right? We might be a little bit burnt out. We might be like burning the candle at both ends for, you know, the last few months. Just hold tight, Libra, and ground yourself and know that you're heading to somewhere better. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this. Now, the next card is the Spirit or Soul card. This tells me where your spirit or soul is at and what it's going to be working on during this month. Oh gosh, okay, I'll take it. It's not a bad card, but it is the Knight of Pentacles. This is speaking about patience amongst my Libras. Like, first and foremost, the Knight of Pentacles moves at a very slow energy. He moves at a very slow pace, probably the slowest card in the entirety of the deck. He's not going to do anything without, you know, like crossing his T's and dotting his I's. He's very methodical. He's loyal. He does the right things for the right reasons. He moves very slowly. This would also be that ground yourself energy. This is your spirit saying, no, no, Libra, slow down. Don't try and rush things. Don't, just because you see the, the potential for change or the finish line, don't force yourself across the finish line before it's time. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Move slowly, more self-assured, stay grounded. And even if things are a little bit uncomfortable or you're tired or you've been, you've worked hard at everything that you are trying to work towards and you can kind of see it on the horizon, know that it's still coming to you. Just be patient is sort of the feeling that I get. I do get that there's an uneasiness with that Two of Pentacles in the foundation, which says to me, like, I feel like I just want to scream out like, oh, but I've been wanting this for so long. Why can't I have it now? Well, you can't have it now just yet, Libra. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure why, but we're going to find that out, hopefully. If not, that reason may become aware to us in the months to come. But it doesn't say that we can't have it. It just says we need to be patient, right? We're working towards that change right now. We're sort of, with that 10 of Wands in the center, I feel like we're tying up, loose ends or making space for this next new thing that we want. But we also have to be grounded and ready and prepared to receive it. So keep that in mind. The next two cards are the outside influences. These are cards that are influencing us either positively or negatively. They can be things like people or events, sometimes things more vague like belief systems or energies that are having an effect on us. So let's see what they are. One is the Knight of Swords. So this is air sign energy. This could be somebody outside of you as an air sign, an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini that's coming in trying to assist or help. They might have a lot of ideas. They might have a lot of suggestions or input, let's say that. They do have the best of intentions, but I will say this, don't necessarily listen to them because the Knight of Swords can be somewhat impulsive. He can kind of swoop in really quickly and want to make assessments and changes really quick. He's not as measured or as intelligent, I would say, as like, say, a King of Swords or a Queen of Swords would be, right? They would be a little bit more wise. The Knight of Swords, he means well, don't get me wrong, but he could see you like under the burden of that 10 of Wands and be like, here, let me take that for you, or let's get rid of that, or let's change that, or do this, and then I'll make the change. That Knight of Pentacles in the spirit space says to me, no, trust your knowledge and be patient over what others are telling you from the outside world. Now, if you don't have a specific air sign person that's representing as this Knight of Swords, this could just be the mental sort of energy of wanting to be done with whatever it is you're dealing with. And like sort of the world around you is telling you, yeah, be done, be done. Like, just drop that burden, move on to something different, give up, whatever. And we might be getting those signals from the world around us, right? It may not be a specific person, but it could just be the sort of the fast-paced, fever pitch energy that the Knight of Swords provides, right? Where he's giving us potential solutions that feel like shortcuts in a way. But I feel like that Knight of Pentacles in the spirit space is saying, nope, don't do it. See this through, ground yourself and see it through. There's some sort of payoff. Also, that Two of Pentacles, although it feels a little bit skint and like rocky in the bottom, I feel like that Pentacles energy feels like if you listen to it over the Swords energy, you might just get a, like, I want to say like a bigger payoff in the end from all of this, a bigger learning or a bigger experience, education in some way through doing it their way versus this quick fire way that the Knight of Swords wants you to go. Let's see what the other outside influence is. All right, so this is the Eight of Pentacles. So we have Pentacles energy all around you. Pentacles energy is going to be slower, more methodical, analytical, discerning. Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work, Libra. Eight of Pentacles is about nose to the grindstone, doing the details, all of the small details. Again, like I told you with the Knight of Pentacles, he's about sort of dotting his I's and crossing his T's. The Eight of Pentacles is also that. So we do have opportunities that are coming at us through this Eight of Pentacles in the month of April where we can put our nose to the grindstone. We can continue to work hard. We need to ground ourselves and understand that everything that we're doing right now serves a purpose in the long term that will benefit us, right? And that we are bringing our own sort of, skill set, energy, prowess, whatever it is that my Libras are bringing through this Eight of Pentacles, it's something that's needed and it's beneficial. We will get honored. We may not feel like we're being honored right now, especially with that 10 of Wands in the center, and that Eight of Pentacles is sort of like, not necessarily always acknowledged, but we're working hard. And as we put in that hard work, that Knight of Pentacles in the spirit space is going to sort of pay us off if we follow through, right? That Knight of Pentacles is a dedicated card, and it being in the spirit space, the spirit is asking you to dedicate yourself to this betterment through doing the meticulous hard work. Don't try and take the shortcuts to get out from underneath the burden. Does that make sense? And also, ideally, ground yourself. Understand everything that you're building this root system, and this giant, beautiful growth, or this tree is part of you. So there's something going on here that could be I get this feeling it's very beneficial. You're just not quite seeing it yet. You might need a little bit more faith in it. It's that kind of a thing. Now, the next card is the potential outcomes. This card is not set in stone. If it's something negative, we can use choice through free will and choice to make changes to avoid this outcome. But if it's something that we like, we can take heart in the fact that it's naturally coming towards us and we don't have to do much to change it. So let's see what that is. Oh, I'll take it. We've got the Sun. We've got Leo energy. Now, this is a positive card. This to me is an affirmative yes card always, right? It is major arcana. So this is also in the sign of Leo. It's sort of like your sister energy in a way, right? By month's end, you should see some sort of shift or change towards the positive, and it should be extremely obvious, Libra. It should be that the Eight of Pentacles energy, or the opportunities where you've gotten in and done the meticulous work, if you haven't shortcutted and tried to sneak your way around it or whatever, the sun will shine upon you. You will feel like sort of exonerated, honored. You'll understand why you're doing what you're doing and the way that you're having to go about it, the patience that you're needing to bestow right now, the grounding that you're needing to produce to get the results that you want. But the results should show themselves through this Sun card by the end of the month, right? Where you start to see like, oh, okay, I understand now why I had to sort of, be patient with that. Continue to carry that for just a minute longer or a little while longer. There's, that Knight of Swords too. Also, I will say this, he could be there to sort of help carry the burden for you, but just trust your own internal instincts. That Knight of Pentacles, trust that before you trust the Knight of Swords, in the sense that he's going to want to move quicker and faster and like, let's just do this and do that and do this. No, trust what your own internal voice is telling you, kind of thing. You will understand why you trusted it and the benefit of having trusted it by the month's end with that Sun card in the ending of the month. It sets you up to go into May in a very positive way, in a positive light, energized, feeling rejuvenated and ready for whatever May has to offer. The Sun would be abundance, energy, life-giving, warmth, all of those good things, right? So we should really feel empowered. I also feel like whatever that 10 of Wands thing is that we're sort of reaching the finish line, that Sun very well could be that finish line for us, right? So to me, either way of whether it's letting something go or finishing something up, it is a positive ultimately in the end with this Sun card as the outcome. So that is your forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Have a wonderful April. It looks like you're about to, as long as you're patient and stay grounded. All right, and subscribe to the channel on the YouTube channel if you feel so inclined. Again, the Linktree link that's there in the corner of the screen will lead you to all of my socials. You can book a private reading and have me look at your own personal April if you'd like. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month. All right, take care and have a good April. Bye-bye.